Hey, what's good, guys? It's Austin here. So you guys seem to like the story times where I talk about fights or me getting hurt, and I can see why. I can see why. I mean, what's not enjoyable about me talking about me doing some dumb shit and getting hurt? But learn from my story times. Do not ever go out and be inspired to do something bad because of them. But I feel like that's a given already. I've talked about that so many times in the past. But guys, I just want to say before I get into this story time, this is the last time I'm plugging this. LunaMerch.com. It is the final day that it's up. It goes away at midnight tonight, I think PST. So yeah, it goes away at midnight and it's gonna be completely gone. All the shirts that you see on there right now are gonna be gone forever. The splatter hoodies are about to sell out, I'm pretty sure. We're only doing 300 of those, and each one is getting a phone call from me, and we're going to talk on the phone. So if any of you would be interested in that, it is still in stock. It's probably about to be out of stock, though, so go cop that while you can. And if you like any of the other stuff, get that instead if you want that stuff instead. Because honestly, like, look at the astronaut t-shirt. That shit is so dope to me. It looks like something you would see at a fucking store. It looks so cool. It doesn't even look like YouTuber merch. None of the stuff really does, in my opinion. I love this merch drop. But anyway, enough selling out on the merch. I'm not trying to be a Jake Paul, okay? Get it if you want. If you don't want to get in, you just want to watch this video and don't even click on it, don't. I don't care. I appreciate you just watching the video. But anyway, today's story time. The title sounds pretty badass. Like I got into some crazy stuff, but just listen to this. So the story time takes place 6 months ago. I was hanging out with two friends of mine, and we went to the mall, did some shopping, and then after that, went back to my homie's house. And he started arguing with someone. I think it was on Snapchat or text or something. They were arguing on the phone, like texting each other over some petty ass shit. I think it was over a girl. I can't remember specifically why they didn't like each other, but I think that was kind of like the last straw for my friend. Like, I think he talked to a girl he was talking to and they just got into beef. And my other friend who was with us also didn't like that guy for another reason. So they like kind of like band together and like we're both texting this dude and like arguing with him and just being ridiculous. And then they scheduled to meet up that day, like 2 hours later. They're like, oh, let's just fucking meet and fight this shit out. And I told them, I'm like, guys, that's not a good idea. Like, don't meet up with these motherfuckers. Like, you don't know how they are. Like, they could bring a bunch of people and jump you guys. Like, come on. And they're like, no, that's why we're going to bring a bunch of people too. You're coming, right? Guys, I don't want to be involved in this shit. Like, we're too old for this. Like, I don't want to get involved. And my one friend's like, come on, Austin, just come and hang out. Like, you record it for your YouTube channel. I was like, dude, I'm not recording you two fucking fighting other people for my YouTube. Like, no. But they were so persistent on me coming there. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll come there, but I'm not going to jump in. I'm going to break that shit up if it gets too crazy. And I just don't condone this. Like, I really don't condone this. And, like, there was nothing I could do. Because, like, I'm a pretty skinny kid. And it was going to be a 2-on-2. So there's no way I'm going to break that shit up. It's fucking 4 people versus me at that point if I try and break it up. So I was just kind of standing there not liking any of this. And we met up at this weird, sketchy, like, abandoned park thing. Like, it was, like, a really rundown playground where no one was there on this old tennis court thing. And they brought a bunch of people, sure enough, and we had a lot of people, but I was not involved. I was basically just standing there on the sidelines hoping my friends didn't get fucking hurt and, like, killed. But I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't snitch because then everyone would fucking probably mess me up. And I couldn't, like, get involved because it was outnumbering me. So they started fucking fighting immediately when we got there, and it was a 2-on-2 at first, and then another one of their friends jumped in, and another one of my friends jumped in, and it became a huge shitstorm. And even though, like, some of these people involved were my friends, one of my really, really good friends was, like, at the bottom of this shit. Like, I could see him pretty much getting crushed by everyone on top, like, fighting and shit. So I jumped in because I'm like, dude, fuck this. I'm not going to let my friend get suffocated or, like, beat to death while he's down there. And I jumped in, and as I jumped in, I tripped over a fucking rock, a stupid rock pebble thing, and I fucking fractured 2 of my fingers because I fell down on my hand the wrong way on the tennis court. Now, thank fuck nobody saw that because that would be the most, like, nerd, unbadass thing ever. Like, you go to try and jump in a fight, and you just get defeated by a pebble. So I fucking got back up with my hand, like, throbbing, and I jumped into the middle of that shit. And even though my fingers hurt so bad, I was just trying to push everybody out of the way to get to my friend at the bottom of this whole fucking, like, stupid fight. And I was actually able to get to my friend, and I grabbed him by the shirt and dragged him out by his collar, and I helped him get the fuck up. And he tried to run back in there and get back in the fight. And I was like, dude, stop, like, seriously. He's like, nah, bro, I gotta help. I'm like, dude, no, like, you were practically fucking suffocating, dude. Like, don't go back in there. And he's like, but come on. I'm like, no, don't. I think I just broke my finger getting involved in that shit. Like, don't go back in there. And he looked at one of my fingers, and he could see that it was swollen. He's like, holy shit, do you need to go to the hospital? And I was like, probably after all this is over, yeah. And he's like, no, let's just go right now. and we got in his car and fucking left. And I don't know what happened after that because I had to go to the hospital to get my finger looked at. And sure enough, 2 of my fingers had fractures, and they weren't completely serious. They were just like fairly easy fractures to deal with. He put them in a splint, and it healed that way over a few weeks. And it was all good. But like we went back to the fight site after that, and no one was there. There wasn't like any blood on the court or anything, so it must have been like not too serious injuries. I hit up a few of my friends that were involved, and they all looked fairly fine. One of my friends had a bruise under his eye, but other than that, he was cool. But, like, surprisingly, for how many people were involved and how bad I thought I was going to get, it looked pretty bad, but in the end, everyone seemed okay, which is lucky. So fucking lucky. Look, moral of the story is, guys, don't fight. Fighting is not the answer. And watch where you're fucking stepping or running, because you might just get defeated by a pebble or a rock, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this story time or found it funny. Please leave a like on the video if you guys did. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys all later. Peace.